What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Burrow77, and I am coming to you with a little college basketball midweek preview. I want to get this out of the way. There's not going to be any picks in this video, as lines for most of these games are not available yet. Today is Monday, November 11th, and we are going to be talking about what I believe are 7 marquee games to look forward to that I will definitely be covering this week through video content. Starting on Tuesday with Kansas taking on Michigan State. This game will be on a neutral floor in Atlanta and will be tipping off at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time over on ESPN. We have 2 of the best college basketball coaches squaring off against each other in Bill Self and Tom Izzo. MSU tends to look kind of ass early in the season, but because of their non-conference schedule and the strength of teams they choose to play, Izzo and his squad usually come on strong and make an impact come tournament time. Last year, Bill Self and Kansas Jayhawks struggled on the road as well as on neutral court scenarios. Coming off of a massive home win versus UNC, let's find out if Kansas has figured out how to play away from their building, or if Izzo and the Michigan State Spartans will be able to grab their number. Next up on Tuesday night, we have Duke facing off against Kentucky. This will be in the same Atlanta arena, and this game will be tipping off at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN as well. Cooper Flagg for Duke is supposed to be an absolute standout stud freshman, and Kentucky is returning their own 3-headed monster of senior position players in Kobe Barea, Amari Williams, and Kerr Kriisa. There's always fireworks when these 2 teams meet, and right now it looks like Duke is going to be projected the favorite, and I personally am interested in backing Kentucky and their senior depth. Moving right along to Wednesday night, we have the Kent State Golden Flashes traveling to Auburn. This game will tip off at 8 p.m. Eastern Time over on ESPN+. Auburn is coming off of an emotional road win against number 1 Houston. You may have seen the rounds going on college basketball Twitter about how Auburn players got in a team fight on the plane on the way to Houston. Is this a potential emotional letdown spot for the Auburn Tigers? Kent State is a top of the MAC team. They always compete hard in their non-conference schedule, especially against big teams early in the season. Last year, the Golden Flashes were able to take James Madison to double overtime in their 2nd or 3rd game of the season. Kent State also managed nice covers versus Oregon and St. Mary's last year, as well as in 2022 when they covered versus Houston and Gonzaga early in the season. I'm not saying that the Golden Flashes win outright here, but I would be very wary of a large number on Kent State at Auburn. Sticking with impressive mid-major programs, we are going to talk University of North Texas at Minnesota. This game will tip off at 8 p.m. as well over on the Big Ten Network. UNT has the reputation of being an absolute defensive wagon, and it is well earned. UNT will play extremely slow offensively and milk the clock while playing smothering defense for 40 full minutes. Minnesota is coming off of a game versus Omaha where they definitely got caught sleeping. Minnesota almost lost to Omaha outright in a 68-64 win. The Golden Gophers better turn this around if they want to stand a chance against this UNT smothering defense. We have a possible upset brewing here in a game where I'm sure I will love the under. Moving on to Thursday, we have the University of Northern Iowa taking on the Wichita State Shockers. This game will tip off at 7:30 p.m. over on ESPN+. UNI was a dark horse team last season that passed the ball a ton. All that ball passing and movement led to a very high assists per game ratio for UNI. Well, the team averaged 73.2 points a game last season. The Wichita State Shockers have come out of the gate scorching hot, scoring 89 points against Montana State and 91 points against Western Kentucky. This game is shaping up to have a ton of points in it, and I am definitely going to be looking at the over. Moving right along to Thursday night, we have LSU taking on Kansas State. This game will be in Kansas State, tipping off at 9 p.m. over on ESPN+. LSU came on strong last season, especially towards the end, putting in great minutes of SEC play and scoring a ton of baskets. If it's one thing you guys should know about the Big 12, it's that it's really difficult to play in Kansas, that be it the Jayhawks or over here at Kansas State. These are some of the toughest barns in the country to go play in. Kansas State is returning a fifth-year senior forward in David Nguisen, who at 6'9" definitely causes some matchup problems. Kansas State also adds 7-foot Kentucky transfer Ugani Orenensu, who creates another paint matchup nightmare. This one certainly has the potential for points and certainly should be one of the better atmospheres in midweek. Last but not least, on Thursday night, we have Grand Canyon taking on Arizona State. This game is in Phoenix, but it's at the Pro Arena, not Arizona State's home campus. So it is a neutral floor environment with a strange backdrop. This game will be tipping off at 9 p.m. over on ESPN2. Grand Canyon is all in on their basketball program after having a very good performance last season. They went out and acquired Jacoby Coles, a TCU transfer, as well as last year's WAC Freshman of the Year, 6'2" guard Micaiah Williams, coming in from UT Arlington. ASU has definitely gotten better. They won a game where I faded them versus Santa Clara, who's one of the tallest teams in the NCAA. Then on Sunday night, they gave Gonzaga a run for their money, losing 88-80, but managing to cover the number. Again, this game is just 5 miles from ASU's campus. I expect it to be a very pro ASU crowd. Let's see if ASU can continue their hot shooting, even on a neutral floor with a strange backdrop. That's it for me, guys. I hope this video got you excited about the midweek slate. I look forward to bringing you more CBB coverage throughout the week. I have my eye on about 8 games for Tuesday, November 12th, including games from the Big 5 Classic for my Philly people. So thank you all for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Until then, Oaks out. Doses. We outside!